Hello, hello, hello. Here's Johnny.
What's going on? I'm always 2 minutes early, guys, and here we
And it
are.
wasn't about me.
No, it was tech support issues from I call myself the tech guy on Monday, and he was not having it today.
Technical difficulties. Now back
Oh,
to the regular scheduled program.
that's it. So yeah, this is our first official. I'll call it the two-player timeout for Tuesday, where we can just kind of hang out and talk about whatever. I do have a couple questions, but just to talk about whatever. It doesn't have to be reselling. It's just an hour break away from all the other crazy stuff we got going on, just to kind of, like you told me in the back, relax.
That's right. It's okay. It'll be all right.
So let me catch this chat up here. It's not that far behind, but we got Jimmy coming in first. And we got my wife, aka Breadco Anna,
She's not
coming
even
in
lost.
second. And we got this going on already. There we go. Gotta love it. I have a feeling we're gonna have a lot of that going on. Is there a way to change that as I go?
What?
The sub thing, or is it too late because we already started?
You talking about for no, you can
That,
still do it. You can still do it.
all right, I'm gonna do that right now because we had some
You have to
issues
go into
last
your
time I went.
studio and manage your go to manage studio. Customize your channel is where you got to go. No, I'm sorry, manage videos. Do you know how to
Gotta
do it?
love it, people. Come on, thing. This awesome internet would work better, but it's only doing that because that dust storm's going on.
Oh wow. So yeah, you're gonna when you get into your YouTube channel, go to manage videos.
Okay, we are getting there.
Let me know when you're there.
Yep, live.
Go to your live content.
There's the live right now. The little ripple button, the speaker looking thing, right?
I know
The,
you want to
the
go to the video live that you're doing right now, but go to the pencil in your content of your managed videos.
okay.
Go to
Wow.
your live because you're gonna have upload. You have videos and you have live. Go to your live tab. This should
Okay.
be the one you have that's live right now. It's gonna say live.
Yep. And
Now
then
go to the pencil right next to your thumbnail.
there we go.
Now when you go there,
Save.
go to the left of your channel video under where it
Yeah.
says video, your you video, where it says communication, customization,
Okay.
and then you're going to put live chat replay, put a check mark in that box. Right when it says participation mode, hit subscribers. Make sure you got a dot in that one.
Yep. I did that
And then
for
drop the box and put 5 or 10 minutes, whatever you want. When
we
you're
should
done,
be.
don't exit yet. Make sure you go to the top in that blue where the word save is and change it to save.
Yep.
To the
Got
top
it.
right hand corner. And now you're done.
Sweet. See, Johnny's the best, everybody.
And it's showing up already.
Sweet. That's awesome. So yeah, exactly. There it was right at the bottom. So I don't know what the deal is. I've got someone that came in on the last show and was being me and other people saying how horrible we were. So that was the last live I did.
Yes, somebody came in your chat as Anna under a different icon.
Yep, definite troll, and
Yeah.
that troll came from All in a Day Reseller Hustle Q's channel. He had that issue of Christmas, the same person. So I have already filed my YouTube complaints. I tracked him down on Instagram. I have filed those complaints. So gotta love it.
Well, when I said she wasn't even wrench, and then I realized, and then she came in and said it wasn't me, it's a bot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of the wrench, what's going on over here? All right, so let's get back to that. Johnny saying, hello, everyone. That's the best I can do. I tried.
You did good. You did good.
There's Anna, I'm crazy. There's the other Anna, my Anna.
You can tell by the icon, the avatar.
Yep. There is Johnny's link. So if you guys have not checked him out, Keith, if you haven't checked him out, because he's from Whatnot. So if you haven't checked him out, go check out his morning shows. He's got live bingo on Mondays, auctions Wednesdays, auctions every other Friday.
Yep.
Definitely cool to go check it out. Keith, what's going on?
You never know when I'm gonna do a pop-up buy it now auction on a Premiere.
Yep.
Which I need to do. I didn't get to do it today.
So we're doing one right now? Just kidding. Yeah. Steven the Reseller, how's it going? Susan says, dumb jerks, don't they know there's only one Anna? They might also know, Susan, that you weren't first.
That's right.
What happened, Susan? So, I do have some questions, like what got you started originally, what got you started into the reselling? What made you like, this is what I want to do?
What happened was in 2019, actually, I had been in business for myself since 2005. And in Louisiana was where I was working my business. I had two different businesses. I make quilts and I had a cleaning company. And one day my husband says, I have a job offer. And the only thing is, we got to move to Massachusetts if we take it. Now, mind you, he was already working for the company before. So he's been with the company for a while. And so the biggest thing was he was going to get his seniority back and get a couple extra bonus things to go back and sign up. And they wanted him back. And at the job he was at that time, he wasn't really happy with it, you know. He was still doing his job, doing his work, but he wasn't happy. And so we discussed it, and I basically shut down my businesses. And then I said, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've always been in business for myself all this time, you know. Now, I've always been told you can sell ice cubes to an Eskimo. I said, oh, yeah, I've been hearing that before. Yep. And so he said, well, why don't you watch a couple of videos, and I'll show you what I've been watching. I said, okay. So we started watching a few of the traditional ones at that time, like Lonnie and a few others at that time, watching how they sold, what they sold, how they sourcing, and all this stuff. I said, oh, I can do that. So what I did when I had to start packing that house, and we found the house up here. Every time I'd find something that was either not used, not open, that we didn't touch for 6 months, it went into a box labeled eBay inventory, because I had it in my mind when we got here, I was going to start selling on eBay. Now, it took me a month to unpack everything, get everything situated. And I started listing like crazy on eBay. So the more I watched different videos, the more I was wanting to be determined that I can do it. I'm a type of person that I will do whatever it takes to get whatever I want to get done, to get it done and get it started. And so what I did was I basically started on everything that I purged from the house to start listing on eBay. Now, I used to buy storage auctions, and I had a lot of crates that I had that was still full of things that I didn't know what I wanted to do with, because I already sold all the major stuff out of the units, and I made all my money back and then some. And so all this was actually profit. So I was able to take that and also start that in my first set of inventory. And so once we got up here in Massachusetts and we got settled in, then we started going to a few estate sales. And I did my first estate sale, I want to say within the year before that. So I got the taste of an estate sale. And I was always collecting things. And so my biggest thing is when I turn 60, I would like to be as minimalist as possible and downsize the stuff that I have. And so that was another thing that I started doing is then I got into an antique mall. I got into 2 booths now. So I'm trying to get a lot of that inventory put into there, because I have a lot of glassware, Fenton, sterling silver, crystal, all that kind of stuff. And all that's upstairs right now in my formal dining room. That's in glass cases. So that's all well picked up for right now. But what I do is I'll go through some, when I'm running low into my antique boots, I'll go in there and pull some of the stuff out and bring it into my inventory. But that is how I actually started selling on eBay. Then after I got progressed into that, in November of 2019, I got the bug. I basically was watching all these different channels. Robert would go to work. I would watch more different channels and start getting in these chat rooms that had morning shows at that time. And I was one of those that when you go to church for the first time, you know how you sit in the back pews because you don't know nobody? I was doing that in the chats. I was not saying anything, but I'm watching all these channels. And
Yep.
so I was watching a lot of Harry Tornado. And he was like my mentor because I would always, like after his shows, he would also have these things where he had Patreon and you can go in and get him, you'd have to have questions ready. And then he would answer them for you. And so that's how I actually started YouTube. Robert then said, like we were in the chats talking and everybody says, like I would say, I'm not in the chat, I'm cooking. So, but I'm here to support. And then Robert said, well, you're cooking already. He says, why don't you take and set up the camera and you start making videos? And so November, I started with what was selling and things that I was doing. And then the cooking channel came about. And so that's how I actually started doing the Kajun Roots cooking show. Because again, I'm already doing it. I've never done it in a camera before. So then I had to start thinking and measuring because I'm from Louisiana, so we don't measure. You
Right.
kind of know
Dump
a
it in.
little this, a little of that, taste it. Okay, a little more of this. And so it got me to start thinking, if I'm watching a cooking video, what do I want to see in that? So that got me to start pre-measuring things out before I start a video and then talk about what I'm using. If you don't want to do this, what you want to change and that kind of stuff. And so that's how the cooking channel came about. And so I've been doing YouTube now for over 2 years and reselling for, it just made 2.5 years for selling. I'll be 3 years, June 24th. No, July 24th, because I started 1 month after we moved.
But also, though, today is your anniversary, right? For going
2
live.
years doing
Yep.
live shows. When I started my very first live show, that was actually with Larry from LL Stash, because we had talked about it one day when we were in a chat, and it's like, Larry, maybe we can start a morning show or evening show, whatever day we can do it on. And at that time, I did a calendar. So that's how I know when I started, because back when I started, I had a calendar filled of who was doing what show at what time. And so the only thing that was available at that time was Saturdays. And so we would do a 5 o'clock on Saturdays because I didn't want to be too early where everybody was outsourcing, going to garage sales, doing the sourcing. So I didn't want to be too early, but I didn't want to be too late as well. So we picked the 5 o'clock slot because there was nobody doing anything at that time. And so for me, when I filled up the calendar, then that kind of got me to know where I can fit in my live. And so today makes 2 years today that I've been doing live shows. And it's always started as collaborating and networking with others. Then when the week time slot came open, I was watching a lot of different channels that I would pick a certain time. It was at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I started doing my evening shows, still keeping it collaborating and networking with others. And then the morning slot came open, and so that's when I jumped into that slot. So it's almost like if you're watching a news anchor, how they start in the evening shows, or they start on the weekends, or they start in the field, then they work their way up to the main time slot. And so that's how I did it. And so that's what I always recommend. If you want to get into YouTube and do things, being consistent is important. So for me, every show I ever did when it came to collaborating and networking, I even did things like having a co-host. I've had a guest. So now I'm at the point where I do an open mic Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Monday through Friday, I tell everybody hello, go through all that, and then I put in the link in the chat, open it up to the panel for anyone who would like to come on. And then I also make sure that if they want to come on, if it has to be a particular topic that somebody wants to talk about, or if it's just questions, a lot of times I'll open I have 2 monitors that I work with. And on the second monitor, I'll open up whatever it is the question may be, and I'll just walk them through it. That way they can actually see step by step. Because I do a lot of how-to videos, and when I do the how-to videos, I do it step by step from start to finish. And that's why I enjoy doing that. And so when I started the morning show, I always wanted to keep it with that, with no longer having a co-host and not having to worry about all of that and not having to worry about guests, where if somebody is comfortable and wants to come on, that's their way of promoting their channel. But also they can also network with others in the chat and on panel when they're coming on.
Dang it, I forgot what I was going to ask you next.
Well,
Squirrel. And Tamara says she's giving us the wave.
Hello.
And everybody
Yeah, for
else
those
saying
who
hi.
don't know, too, after you get through that, I'm gonna tell everybody what happened.
Okay.
As you see in my title, it says "Return of Cajun Root Reseller," and the reason that happened is for those who have been following me. I've been doing this. It took me 2 years.
There we go.
What was it? I had it all down, pat, and written down. It was 2 years, 6 months, 12 hours, and I had it all down to the second that I had gotten monetized on my first channel. And for those that I've been trying to teach about, and I basically did my very first video on this channel was what happened to the Cajun Roots Reseller Live show. That one I was monetized on. I was almost at 1,500 subscribers. And so if you are doing lives, one of the things like I tell Gary, make sure you do the 10-minute subscriber mode only, or whatever, how many minutes you want to use. And make sure that you kind of watch the comments that you're highlighting. So now I don't highlight every comment anymore. I will go scan through, but since I started doing this subscriber thing that they have now, I haven't had that problem. But again, you just never know. Someone came into my channel on a particular day and was using the gay porn avatars, and I accidentally highlighted it. And so guess what? YouTube pulled my videos and my channel from me. And so I lost all the subscribers I had. And so now I'm actually rebuilding this whole channel because, again, I'm still fighting to get that channel back. But again, it's just a fighting battle that I'm hoping to win. But yeah, you just have to keep on being consistent, keep on fighting, and do what you got to do. I didn't do anything wrong. I don't think I did, which, in the beginning I did blame myself for it. But you learn from it and you move on, and you got to think outside the box when it comes to your channel and protect your channel. So that's why I started the Return of Cajun Roots. And I just have been having this channel for a month now. And I'm finally over 500 subscribers, and I'm almost at 4,000 watch hours.
It's nuts.
Almost. Yeah.
So I know that we did the videos to try to get it back. Did that help at all? It's something I was.
Like I said, I even went to as far as at Team YouTube. I did get some eyes on it, but nothing yet.
Because I didn't know if we ran another one. I thought about at some point this week. I was going to ask you first, but I run another one. And
I look at it this way: if anyone wants to take that step, you're more than welcome. Will it help? I don't know, but as long as you put at Team YouTube, but also we had a thing called hashtag Bring Cajun Roots Reseller Back was the hashtag that we use. And so but I have 2 people that I've been in contact with that are working or worked behind the scenes with YouTube and YouTube and Google. And so I'm waiting to hear from them on what's my next step. They told me not to appeal it again yet until I hear back from them. So
gotcha.
I'm every angle I can get, I'm working it because I worked hard for that channel.
Yeah.
And it was taken away. So that's why I did this. Now, if and when it does come back, if I ever do get it back, I'm going to use this channel strictly for like my bingos and my auctions. And then I'm going to do all the live morning shows on the other one if I do get that one back.
Gotcha.
And then I'll keep the other one for pre-recorded. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a learning lesson.
No, it was really frustrating when that happened, man, because I didn't find out until we overslept that morning. We didn't get to watch, and then
I was literally taking the video down, and while I was live, I actually took the video and went from public to private automatically while I was live. And I was literally in there trying to see when it would upload, the way I can go ahead and take that section out or even blur that section out, because all it was an avatar. Now the avatars, I had it for a few seconds on the screen because I highlighted the comment, and you really had to look to see what it was. But and some people in the chat did go to the 3 dots and notice that it went directly to a porn site, and it was all having to do with gay type porn. So, what you gonna do?
Do you have any tips for getting into YouTube? Because
I know when I do it.
You were the first show I went on to. I was sitting. I'm not now, and right now I'm nice and I'm still winding down from work, but I was shaking like so bad, and I was like, oh, whatever he asked me, I hope I don't say it wrong. Or so.
The biggest thing is when you're ready, and a lot of people come on my morning show when they feel they're ready. I do a lot of behind the scenes helping people, guiding them. Anna was one of the people that I even talked to behind the scenes. And basically, you want to be yourself. One of the things you do not want to do is fake who you are, because they're going to read into it. So be yourself, be calm, and go with the flow. Because when you're doing a live and you're yourself, people see that. And you're going to make mistakes, but that's okay, because it's what you learn from the mistakes and move on and learn from it and correct it. Then you'll make yourself a better person. But the more you do it, the more you're going to get comfortable at it. And like I tell some of the people when I'm working with them behind the scenes, don't look at it as just a camera. Look at it as if you're having breakfast or tea with your friends and having a chit chat or talking about whatever. The more you get into that mindset, it'll come easy to you. Granted, I was nervous on my first. You can go if I go back and reprint out my videos, because I have a copy of all my videos in a file on a hard drive. I can go back and watch them and see how much I progressed in the years. But I still go back and learn from. I don't want to do that again, so I'll make sure not to. I did a 2-year bingo when I made my 2 years from doing bingo. I did a then and now video. And you can see the difference from then and now. And so it's just a matter of laughing at what you did in the past and what you've learned now and what you've done now compared to what you used to do,
Yeah.
And you look back, and it's good. Some people don't go back and look at their videos at all. I recommend you do, because then you can see how you've progressed. And sometimes you can even learn on what to do differently from what you've done at the beginning.
And do you wait so long to do that, or
just whenever I feel like it? If I have an idea for another video, I'll go back and look at one of my older ones and say, okay, let me look at that one. Because now I can't go into any of my videos, because when they took the channel down, I lost all that.
Yeah.
But because I have it on a hard drive, I have all my videos saved, all backed up. So, yeah, that's another thing I recommend. Try to make sure you back up your videos.
I'll give it a year.
Yeah.
At least a year. I think the last time I looked back at a video or anything, and it was a picture, sometimes your phone will pop up memories. And I was like, oh, cool. It was like 4 years ago. I was like, I got really fat. That's all I could see. It's like, wow.
So in my case, if you track all my videos from when I first started, you can see when I lost weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shoot. So
it's a good thing, though, as long as you keep being yourself, because people will see that you're a fake if you are. If you're trying to be somebody you're not on this StreamYard or lives or whatever you're doing, videos, no matter what.
Yeah, there's been a few channels where I'm like, before this, when I was just watching people, and you're like, nah, kind of like the watching like Storage Wars or something. You're like, no, it's all fake kind of thing. So,
and one of the things with those I used to watch those at the beginning as well. And one of the things I noticed is the more you watch it, the more you know that it's staged, because sometimes you'll see something you remember from another storage unit why is it in this storage unit? Why does it look this? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can catch them if you want to watching them for a while. It is very easy to point out.
I had to look. Remember how I put the 10-minute timer on? The original, the troll that started it, subscribed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Epic Gamer 800.
Yeah, really. Okay, now they're in as me.
There it is. It has started again. So
yeah, that's not me, because mine is not a red. Mine's my logo.
No. So now how do I deal with that?
Anna or anybody who's wrenched, not only delete them, but they can report them and remove them. Make sure you delete them from the dots. So whoever it is using people's names from the chat. And that's my story about how you get trolls and people who want to cause issues that have nothing better to do, but they're here to support your channel. That's a good thing.
Right. Hey, we got one more subscriber.
That's right. Yeah, because whoever it is has to subscribe before they come on. So I'm
Yeah,
a
and it's
bad
set to
person.
10
I'm
minutes,
sorry to hear
so
that.
they've got nothing better to do. I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, one thing is they got the wrong logo for their avatar.
They're this happened on his show too, and they would come in as everybody in the chat
Hmm.
and start saying things like that.
Hmm.
So
Now, for them to do that, they already subscribed to your channel.
yeah, well, I saw my phone light up, so it was over 10 minutes ago.
Hmm.
Gotta love it.
Yep. Now there's Pam. Oh, thank you, Pam. Thank you, Beverly.
Thank you. Hey, I'm trying here. I gotta have like one of the greatest, what do they call him, the goat. I gotta have a goat on here right off the bat. So
I don't look at it that way because I'm just as normal as everybody else. But for me, I enjoy helping others. I will do anything to help anybody. Um, and again, you always have the bad people in this community. Just like it's like a family. You always gonna have somebody in the family who's a black sheep or the bad apple of the group.
yeah.
But
So
you got to take the good with the bad.
because Anna's never been to Louisiana,
Hmm.
she's never been anywhere really that way. I took her to
Hmm.
Texas once, and I've never been to Massachusetts. So maybe I know you have 4 seasons now, and I know Louisiana is like really humid, but you got
2 seasons possibly, hot or cold, and that's it. There is no in between.
but where you're at
Nine
now
times out of
doesn't
10,
get
you have to walk out your door to see what to dress for the day in Louisiana.
and then where you're at now though, summertime it can't get that. I wouldn't think it would get that
I
hot.
love it. It's very comfortable here. It's not as humid as Louisiana.
Yeah, one
In
day.
Louisiana, the only thing I didn't like, the only thing I don't miss is the humidity and the hurricanes, the wreck hits from the Gulf.
Yeah,
In Louisiana, the humidity is so bad that a lot of times you don't even know how to dress for the day. Walk out your front door and see what it is. How it's going to be.
yep,
We do get cold down there sometimes, but it depends on how far you are. Usually it's Lake Pontchartrain. Anything north of Lake Pontchartrain usually gets the coldest.
right.
Anything south, you might, depending on how the fronts come down in Louisiana.
Yeah, yeah.
But very
I
few in between.
I try to avoid all the humid areas.
Yeah.
I lived in the Midwest for like 8 years. I'm good.
And then for me, born and raised in Louisiana, for me, I always had hay fever. Always had sinus infections. Always had problems with my sinuses in Louisiana. Now that I've been up here, I don't take none of the sinus infection medicines that I used to take. I don't take anything over the counter anymore because I don't have those problems that I used to have in Louisiana.
Gotcha.
But I
Yeah.
do love them 4 seasons.
Yeah. No, I like watching your little Instagram videos where there's snow outside and we're down here like
The last one I did
today
was
in the
in May.
dirt.
We had a heavy snowstorm in May, and I just got finished picking up the snowblower.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, like
Yeah.
today I'm working, garage doors open, the side doors open. And I'm like, what, the wind out of nowhere, and they're building all those houses, and I popped my head around
Ooh,
and it was a wall of dirt. Just it
ouch.
was all over my teeth. I was like straight in, take a shower, start all over. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah, it is.
So so when you're selling, it's a mix. It's a 50-50 mix of the new stuff and used stuff, or how do
Oh,
you
what
have
I
that?
do is I have a variety of stuff. A lot of it is either one of, or if it's new, brand new, I've been buying now where I've also have multiples of the same item. If it's something that's pretty big, I do not put it on any of the platforms that I sell on. I usually put it in my antique booth. I do have two of them now where one of them is a glass case that's locked. And for that one, I use a lot of the vintage, more expensive type jewelry, the Fenton glassware, things that are easily to be more expensive and easy to pick up. Those are in glass cases. And I usually now I sell on eBay, Amazon, Mercari, Etsy, and I do cross post my eBay to Bonanza. And what I do there is what I like about Bonanza is it does, if anything sells on Bonanza, which I've been having a lot of sales lately, I still go back and check to make sure it comes off my eBay store because you just never know. So it's just one of those things that's automatic for me to check. And so when it does sell, like if I have three of something it won't take it off the item. So I got to go back manually and do that. But if it's a one of, it will come off my eBay store. So I do still check it. But I have not had any problems with it. I've been doing this for 2.5 years, almost 3. And I have to say I've had possibly 4 total returns. And right now I'm fighting one where somebody bought something from me. And I have pictures of everything about that item. And he sent back pictures of what it looked like when he opened it the same day he got it. It's not even near. And mind you, I even have a video of how I packed that particular item. And so I called eBay and they said, just send me some still pictures. They told me, add it in the email. Let him know you not only contacted eBay, but it's not the same product that I sent you.
Yep.
He has not accepted the label yet.
Exactly. And then so do you do for us? We don't pay the return shipping.
Whatever happens, he will only get the item. He will not get the postage. But eBay told me because it's not the same item I sent that person, they will reject the request.
Gotcha. Yeah, we had that not too long ago, but they returned it. It was a receiver, and they said it wouldn't hold the memory for the radio stations.
Mm-hmm.
So when it came back, and I packed that thing crazy. I cut styrofoam for all around it. I added the corner supports. It came back with a sheet of bubble wrap on the top and the bottom, and there's still a Phillips. I still have it. There's a Phillips screwdriver mark where they punched the power button through.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So they they asked a question about it, and it was within 30 minutes. They did the return, and then I was like, all right, well, there's no reason to ask the question. Answer if you're just going to send it back. So
right.
It got here and that happened, and yeah, the back and forth emails, the nasty emails, and I was on there with their chat, and I was like, hold on, I just got an email from this guy, so I copy and pasted it, and she goes, is that what they just sent you? And I said, yep. She goes, we'll take care of it, and that was it. I
had that happen before, and they took care of that person for me. Now that's one thing I have to say. Don't be afraid to get in touch with eBay. If you cannot get in touch with them through your app, go to Facebook and go to eBay for Business on Facebook. I guarantee you within 12 to 24 hours, you will get a response because they are very quick when it comes to that. Now, for me, I have not had any issues. Any of the few issues I've had, I went through eBay and they took care of it immediately. And a lot of people say, well, they never side with me. Well, I have not had that problem because they've always sided with me. Because one of the things I want to say, when you're taking pictures, some people say just take a few pictures. I use all 12.
Yep.
They're going to give me 12. I'm going to use all 12. If it's a used item, I will take all sides of the box. I will open it and get all the content that's in it. I'll do the upside, the back, the front, everything I can do until I get all 12 pictures.
Yep.
And that's what got me on the gaming. It was a Wii game, Sims 3 for the Wii. And it was a used game, didn't have the manual. But I also had a picture of the back of the manual I had already cleaned. And before I test anything, I clean all the disc on my JFJ, then get the disc test. And it worked properly with no problem. But when you're going to send a picture of this disc that's so scratched up, it doesn't look nothing like what I sent you. And then I told the lady at eBay, it just so happened people were asking me, I said, I do YouTube. And I said, someone's been asking me to do videos on how I pack different things. So it just so happened, I just that Monday did a video on how to pack those used Wii games. And she said, well, good, just go through it. Give me a still picture of you, how you packed it with whatever, and then put it in the pictures. And I sure did.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's one thing that those people don't think about when they're trying to do something like that. Oh, I can slide it through. No, because some of us do YouTube.
And another thing I do, I'm going to show you something real quick because I don't mind showing this.
All right, I'm going to catch the chat up real quick. Papa Smurf, Jay, how are you? Everyone's saying hi. Nicole thank you, Nicole. Nope, I'm good on that cold. Nicole, thank you for the thumbs up. And Funk, how are you?
Hello. I use this little disc on any used games, DVDs, no matter what. I buy these from eBay. These are called QC Past, and it's got a number on it. And you see real close, It's like a sticker that if you remove it, it pulls off everything on the sticker. Come on, focus.
Yeah, so it's like the warranty void ones they put on
Correct.
electronics, or if you
Yeah.
peel it. Yep.
If you peel it, it turns everything gray, but then it'll peel off the sticker where you won't have the number sealed anymore. So I'll put these on all my discs that are used, and I'll put it on the front of the disc, and I take a picture of it.
I had not thought of that. That's a
Each
good
sticker
idea.
has a different number.
Gotcha. I'm gonna have to get some of those. I'll have to get the link from you because
Yeah.
that's a good idea. Usually I just mark the disc somewhere it's
But if you
not
do
supposed
something
to
like
be.
this and they try to return it without looking and it's on there, because it looks like the way when you put it on any item, it doesn't even. It looks like it was always there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'll usually, if it's a game console and I've opened it up and cleaned it out or whatever, I'll put a warranty void sticker over one of the screw holes, or
Hmm.
I'll mark something inside it, or you know.
Well, with these, you want to make sure they're flat with nothing behind it, because that way when they pull it, it'll destroy the silver behind it,
Gotcha.
and you won't be able to see the number no more.
Awesome.
It's
Yeah, that's a
it's like
heck
a
of an idea.
tamper
I'm gonna
type
have to get the
security
link.
thing. Yeah. Hmm.
And for everybody in the chat that's not following Funk, I don't know what time you get up in the morning. Harry, how are you? But I did. Sorry, cat meowed. Squirrel moment at the top. I do have it highlighted. Go check out Kajun's channel. Check him out in the morning, Wednesdays, Monday afternoons for bingo, Friday for auction, every other Friday, which is this Friday, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So this Friday and then skip a week and then back
No,
again.
this month only. I'm having 3, so I'm gonna have one this Friday and the following Friday, because after next Friday, then it's gonna go back to every 2 weeks, because I'm trying to get off the same week that Robert's off, and so for me to do that, I had
That's
to do an
right.
extra one. Yeah.
That's right.
So that way, starting in March, it's gonna be back to 2 instead of 3 this month. Yeah. And that was the only way I can do it, because I should have done it before, but I didn't.
On your JFJ, do you have a way to buff the GameCube games?
Not that I know of. No.
Okay, I'm just curious if you had the adapter for that thing or not.
No, I
I
did
have
not buy
not
that
spent
adapter.
the money.
I don't think I did. I don't think I have it in the box, because I've never noticed.
No,
The box I bought, no.
it's like the whole top swaps out, so it's a small one. Okay, I was curious. And then do you repair any of if you get a console and something's acting up, do you do any repair stuff or just take
Wait,
it
I'm
back to
sorry, what was the
Goodwill?
question?
So like if you had say you got a GameCube or a Wii and something was wrong with it, like let's say the eject button on the GameCube, because they stick all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You take them apart and do anything with them, or you say, let's ship that thing out as is for parts? Or
to be honest with you, I just started getting into Wii's and game consoles. So far I've only dealt with the Wii and PlayStation, but I get them usually workable and they work. But if I can see that something if I'm going to pay for something that's parts only, I want to make sure I get at least my money's worth. Plus, I try to make sure that anything I sell that I buy, I get at least 3 times the money. I want to get my money back, and then times 2 of whatever it is.
right.
So it's times 3 of my income, of what I'm cost of goods for my RIO. Or
I of course, all these game consoles, I don't have one sitting here, and I moved like a dozen of them. But on those Wii's, if you're out in the wild and you find one at a yard sale or an estate sale and there's no power cord, take a key or whatever you've got with you, and where the disc is supposed to go, stick it in and try to slide it across. If it stops, try it from the other side. So if you hit something in the middle, that means
there's a disc in it.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, but you can slide it across. They have a safety bar to keep kids from sticking extra stuff in.
Exactly right.
So,
but usually, I had gotten a couple of I bought a couple of eBay stores out, and one of the eBay stores that I bought had several of the Wii games, and so it had a whole bunch of remotes and the game controllers and everything. And so basically, what I did was Robert helped me do it, because I've never dealt with consoles before, and I just started getting into them. And so he basically helped me show me what needs to go where and what goes with what, and then we sat and tested everything. And then what I did was I had to buy a power cord for one of them, but it's okay because I sold it for over $100. and I only paid $3.78 for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's how you
So
do
when
it.
you buy that kind of stuff and you can make more money on it and you have to buy something extra to make up that difference, I'll buy it. I'll go and get whatever I need. And it just so happened I had to buy one power cord and then the rest was history.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
When in doubt, pour it out like Kevin says.
Yep. And then you never know what kind of game's going to be inside that thing.
Exactly. Yep.
And that's one thing at yard sales. If it's a Nintendo or whatever, if you can't see if it's got a disc, I won't open it up until after I'm gone. Because that's one thing I don't want is to. Oh, there's a game in that. I need another $10 out of it.
The extra. No. Oh my God, there's a game in there. Yeah, let me see what it is. Yeah.
Yep. And then since you're getting into the games, and he probably already knows this, but your newer stuff, the Blu-ray games, so PS3, 4, all that, a way to check if there's obviously if the face is scratched, you can't repair those on the JFJ.
Right.
All of the information on those is actually on the label. So if you hold them up to the light and you see clear holes through it, there's something wrong with it. The game's not going to work. It might load, but it's done.
Right.
So just another tip for you if you're
out
there.
With those, when I do have that, I have a little pile that we went through and tested everything when I bought the eBay store out, and there's like maybe 2 or 3 of them that it will not work. So what I'm doing is I'm taking those and I'm only selling it. Like if I find another game somewhere, I'll add it to it. You know, if I find just the disc only, I'll keep it because then I can add it to that because I do have the manuals and I do have the case and that kind of stuff. So I do have a little box that I'll keep all that in for just in case if I'm outsourcing and I see it. So
yeah, just don't run into what I got.
I don't have as near as many, no.
Under construction, Susan. That's why this is up. This comes down, there'll probably be arcade machines behind there, but that's. And then I still have to go back and watch the video, but of all the foods that you make.
Oh, sorry about that. Oh, that was a sneeze. I'm sorry.
No,
I couldn't get it fast enough.
No, that was good timing. It was exact. Yeah. Like,
well, I keep napkin Kleenex right here for that. You never know.
Of all the foods that you make on there, I guess what's your favorite? I still want to do a crab boil at the house. I want the authentic taste, the nice spicy with the corn, the potatoes. I've had it once, and I've had things like it after, and nothing's the same.
Yeah. For me, I usually do like my favorite is my gumbo. That's that's my favorite to go to comfort food. I have everything from gumbos to red beans and rice and catfish and redfish, snapper, white beans, biscuits and gravy. I have a list of stuff on the cooking channel. Yeah. And if somebody asks us for a specific dish, I'll make it. One day somebody said, well, what about, have you ever had chocolate country gravy biscuits? No. So I went and looked up the recipe and it was very easy and I did it and it was really good.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get over there and check it out because I keep telling her and I keep trying to make it off of just Google recipes and nothing's come out good.
Yeah. And what I do is when I walk through the recipe as I'm doing the cooking videos, I'll let you know things like, for example, my stepmother's allergic to bell peppers. And the Trinity, when I cook anything Trinity-wise, is onions, bell peppers, and celery. When I say Trinity in any of my videos, that's what it is. And so you can always either take something out or add something else in. And I'll talk about that on any of my videos I do. You know, like if I have a trick on, like for example, I just did a video that I'm going to put out Thursday on. It is a sugar-free pumpkin cream cheese chocolate square. That is sugar-free cake mix and it is sugar-free frosting. I bake and roast my pumpkins myself. And then I'll cook them down and puree them and cook them down and then put them in the freezer in 16-ounce bags. So when I pull out one for a recipe, it's one that I need. And so I also talk about, you know, like if you don't have your own pumpkins, you don't know how to roast your own pumpkins, a can is just fine. So, you know, I'll even talk about instead of oil, you can use applesauce if you have applesauce, you know, and things like that. So that's one of the things I do in all my cooking videos. I will let you know the tricks of anything that you can change out that may help you, especially if you're trying to go healthier or you don't like something and you want to use something else. So yeah, I talk about that in all my cooking videos.
You can probably see the hunger coming. I'm about to go. We're going to try something new tonight, honey. And then what I was curious about the bingo. What got you started into doing the bingo?
Okay.
Because
When I started over 2 years ago, it was actually Victoria and Jenny on their channel that would rotate back when I started watching YouTube at the beginning when I started doing YouTube. They actually had it on their channel. They were doing it at night. And then Jen got sick with her back. She had surgery and things like that, so she had to step back. And then Victoria and I and Larry kind of went together and started doing the bingo. And we used to do it on Tuesdays at 5 o'clock. And then Victoria did a twist on her channel and started going different ways with things that she wanted to do. And then Larry wanted to do things different on his channel. So I wound up keeping it. And so I wound up keeping it going. And then I changed it to Monday nights because it was easier with my schedule of everything else I was scheduled doing during the week. That way I had all my shows either on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and off on the afternoons of Tuesdays and Thursdays. Because I was doing the morning show at that time, but it was at 10 o'clock. And so I basically, from when Victoria and them stepped down, I took it over, and I've been doing it ever since. And then I would always have a co-host. And then the reason when I took it over, that's how the moon pies came into, because I was talking to one night, we were talking about that, and I said, well, I need to have something that's a signature of me. And so in New Orleans, on any Mardi Gras parade you go to, 9 times out of 10, besides the beads and the doubloons and all the little trinkets and stuff they throw, moon pies is the biggest thing that they throw off the shelf, the floats.
Huh.
And I was in a carnival club. Robin and I were both in the same club that we would ride, and that was one of the things people would bang on the float. And I always had my first year I rode up top, and then the second year I was able to get the bottom. And so the biggest thing is when people slam on the floats, moon pies, moon pies. So I wouldn't just hand them over; I would throw them out like frisbees.
Huh.
Yeah. And so that's because that's what we know for on the floats and the parades and stuff. And so I used to buy them by the case, and you would buy them in a case of 100, but you couldn't put the boxes on the float, so you had to take the bags out because it came in a large bag. And so I would have one of each flavor, which was usually chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry. Or 9 times out of 10 you couldn't find strawberry, you get banana. And so that was our flavors that we used to have at that time. And so when I started the bingo, that was my signature on giving away. And I also did, when I started the morning show, I would do moon pie points. And if you were the first in the chat when before I went live, or you were the first one to comment in the comment section when the video went live, you got a point. At the end of the month, that many points is your name on the wheel that many times. And I did a wheel, and every month I would give away 3 boxes of a 12-count box of moon pies. And so now they have like pumpkin spice and mint chocolate chip and banana, strawberry, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, salted caramel. Then they just recently came out with the lemon pie, zesty lemon pie, and coconut cream pie. So there's a large variety now compared to before. So that's how the moon pies came about.
I never knew. I thought that it was just, what was it, like
there's
banana,
even
chocolate?
More. There's the minis, like the little ones we throw off the float.
Yeah.
That can come in a 6-count box. Then you have the double, which is double that size, but also double in height. And it's the 2 layers, but the marshmallows are a lot thicker and they're bigger. Then there's the triple decker or double decker. It's actually 3 cookies and a double marshmallow.
Dang. All you're doing is making me hungry. And because we got those in from you that we won, and the caramel ones didn't make it. I was like, the first one, I was like, this is kind of different. The next thing I know, I'm over here working on the computer, getting stuff going, and the box is empty. So.
Yeah, Keith, there's a lot of flavors. Now, certain flavors only come out at certain times of the year. Like pumpkin spice they'll usually make them until November the 15th. And then they'll stop making, and whatever you find on the shelves, that's going to be it for the season. Lemon zest, I think they stopped that one this past year. They just came out with that and coconut cream, and they stopped those as well on November the 5th. And they'll come out with those seasonal.
Dang, and those were the ones I was like, hey, those sound good.
The zesty lemon one is awesome.
That's the one that I out of the 2, that would have been my choice.
That is salted caramel. I do love the mint chocolate chip, though. But, yeah, salted caramel is actually pretty good.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have to wait and win some on bingo. Hear that, Keith?
One thing I have to say, if y'all have never watched Zygon Tiger, he's always in the chats. He's known also as Mark. He does different videos with the moon pies, where he creates a recipe with the moon pie as the main ingredient.
Huh.
Yeah, you have to go watch his videos because he's
I'm gonna
done
have to
many
check it
different
out.
videos. Yeah,
I've
lie
seen
down
him
pop.
pop in the chat. I just haven't checked.
Yeah, he's done different videos too.
Dang, I'm gonna check that out. Let's see
And
here.
again, if you don't like the regular moon pies, put them in the microwave, and depending on your microwave, no more than 8 to 10 seconds.
Do the marshmallows do the normal thing if it's longer than that, right? They just kind of.
Yeah, you don't want to go longer than that. Amber, hello.
How are you? We got some Patrick Murphy in the house, and everybody's saying hi. Yeah, we're all learning here something tonight, Keith. But definitely go check it out Monday afternoons.
Now another thing, if y'all don't know this, in Alabama, Mobile, where Rob and I went one year for New Year's, there, you know how most states have like a different logo, or like in Louisiana they do the gumbo pot, New York does the big ball, and different states do different things. Well,
Yeah.
Mobile, Alabama does the large moon pie drop.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yep.
I'm about to. Now we gotta go to the store too. I'm gonna have to watch a video and then go to the store. And there's no stores around here, so.
And if you ever want to look for moon pies, you can find them at your local Dollar Tree, dollar store, or your Walgreens.
Gotcha. I haven't checked the Walgreens, but all we have here in town is like a Dollar Tree and a dollar store. So
now, most of those, they usually just carry chocolate and vanilla, or chocolate and one other flavor. Sometimes you'll catch it where they'll have 3. But usually Walgreens will have 3 flavors, and depending on if they get the extra flavors of whatever the season of the flavors are, they'll usually have a 4th one at Walgreens.
We'll be checking tonight. Exactly. That's it. Getting hungry now.
And so now the only time I give away bingo is at the bingo. I give away the boxes of moon pies.
Yeah, Keith, you have to go check it out. See, there's
Monday,
more out there.
There's
more out there, Keith, than just whatnot. I'm glad you came over to hang out.
And one of the things about my channel, a lot of times I will help you in any way or questions you may have, whether it's eBay, YouTube, StreamYard, whatever the case may be. And if I don't know it, someone in the chat will. Usually I will let you know. If I can't find it, I will research it.
Yeah, like you said, everybody, if you guys don't know Johnny, he was the first one to have me on his channel, and I was super nervous, and he walked me through everything, and I was still nervous. But after that, I was like, okay, got it relaxed, and we've made it a lot farther now than where I was when I started. I know I need to go watch that videos, the early stuff.
That's one thing. When you would come on, I'll always tell you, you're always welcome to come on, and if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer it. Because even though I'm at where I'm at now, and I've done YouTube for so long, I know how it was when I first started. But I didn't really have anybody to turn to. There was so many people that didn't want to help anybody. Yeah. It was all, here's my show, and that's it. Or they wanted you to buy like a Patreon or membership for them to help you. Whereas for me, everybody asks me, why are you not doing membership? Well, I got this information for free. Why not give it away for free? Especially like those who are starting out. My favorite word, do you remember what my favorite word is on my shows when I'm on live?
Besides hello?
But that's my greetings. But there's one word that I love to see and hear when somebody comes in the chat.
No.
It's the word yet. It's when somebody says, I haven't done content yet.
What? Yeah, like with Anna, not yet. And you're
exactly.
Like, it's coming.
That's the word I love to hear, yet. And so when I do that, I will open my doors. My doors are always open with anybody who needs help. I love what Harry says. Amen, Johnny. Amen. You're right. And that's just the way I am. I don't feel like I should have to charge anybody. I do have like buy me a moon pie. If somebody wants to donate, that's fine. But I'm not going to make it a mandatory thing because I found it for free. Why not help others who are just starting out? Because you have a lot of people who want to come on and do YouTube, but they're nervous or they don't know what to do. They don't know how to do it. Because I found that a lot of people did not know that when you create your YouTube channels to go live, like whatever you're scheduling, I used to catch a lot of people, and I wouldn't say it out loud. I would send them a message. look, you may not want, you must be doing a YouTube and a StreamYard at the same time because you got two videos that are out. Then you're going to be live twice, two different channels. So I'll send a person a message if I have Instagram or wherever I can reach them and say, look, you may want to go and cancel one of those because you have two scheduled. You must have did one in YouTube, one in StreamYard. Make sure you cancel the one that you have in YouTube that you made. So that's why I do that. Keith, my actual channel is right at the top in the blue box.
It's at the top, and there you are again. Yeah,
if you go to my channel, on any of my channel lives and are pre-recorded, all my other channels are in my description below of all my videos.
Yeah, we just want to say you have been a huge help. I know I've told you that before.
And that's what I'm here for.
Because
and that's my goal. If I can help one person, at least one person a day, whether it be to help them get through a problem they're having on something they can't figure out, or just want to get started and how to do it. Just like the auctions. I have both my auctions. I offer a guest spot on Wednesdays. And then all the ones on Friday that I do on Fridays, every other Friday, is all guests for those who want to get started to learn the ropes about doing auctions. Now, what I like about it is once I get them started and then they go on their own and they get started, that's because they got ease behind the camera. I made them feel comfortable, and that's what I want to do. I want to make them feel comfortable to where when they're ready, and everybody says, well, you have so much patience. Well, you have to when you're helping people, because I'm not the same level as someone else who's just starting like I used to. I used to have questions, but what I did was I would go and go behind the StreamYard, go checking this. How does this work? What I do with this? Or I'll play around with the different things and not go live, but just figure out things of what went where and what was going where. So that's how I learned, and so that's how I teach others. Thank you, Keith.
No, huge help, because I didn't know what I was doing. I not a clue.
Yeah.
And the same way, you kept telling her, she kept, like you said, yet. She kept saying, not yet, I'm going to do it. And honestly, I don't think she would have ever done it if you didn't keep
and I love being a mentor to people, because for me, that makes me feel good that I was able to give them over that hump of the nerves. Because everybody's like that. Everybody who started, no one can say they didn't. There's no way they can say they didn't.
Yeah, no, not to be confident and stuff right off the bat.
Yeah,
I wanted it so bad, and that was probably 6 months. I just watched, like you said, I watched videos of everybody else. I'd be listing stuff and watching it, and listing and watching. And after we moved, it's like, no, I'm doing this. And then I got her to, reach in, be like, and then you talk to her in the back, and now she goes on. She's been on your auctions. She does her own.
Yeah.
So no,
and that's good. I feel good to hear that, because now she's feeling comfortable to be able to do it on her own, and that's what I like to see.
She even went on the other day with no makeup.
Keith, I run my auctions on my channel every Wednesday, here on YouTube on my channel, and every other Friday. It's called the TGIF Buy Now Sell Auction. And then on Wednesdays, it's called the Hump Day Auction.
Yeah, Keith, definitely check it out, because there's all kinds of stuff and different people, and everybody brings something different to the auctions.
Yeah. I've had a lot of people who've also come on my channel at the beginning when they first started. When they would come on, this is what you would see. You would not see their face. You would see their avatar. Now, as they got more comfortable, and that's one thing I try to make everybody feel comfortable, because if you're not feeling comfortable, you're not going to want to do it. You're going to be intimidated by it. And that's not what this is about. It's to help you feel comfortable, relaxed, and enjoy yourself. And be yourself. Because if you're going to try to do a persona of something you're not, they're going to read right into it. And that's not something you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Patrick was on my first. He was first on my show too.
And now look at him.
Yeah. And he used to come on with his avatar at the beginning too. Hello, Deborah. Hello.
How are you? Thank you for coming by.
So yeah, if anybody has questions for me in the chat, you're more than welcome to ask.
I bet Keith got some questions. We're getting him interested now. He's been last couple. I did the whatnot, and I was like, "Hey, I'm streaming this," and here he hops over, and he's like, "I'm on both." And now every time I do it, he's on there. So, yeah, you never know. Maybe he's gonna come on and
Well, Keith, the one thing I want to
yeah.
say is if you reach out to me on any of my social media pages, that is in all my descriptions as well. But I have my link here. I can't drop it, but I'll give it to you in the private chat. My link tree. And you can reach out to me, and I am right now booked. And I'm only saying this because this is how far out I'm booked. I am booked out right now and starting to get my calendar filling up now for April on all auctions. All right, put it in the private chat. And so if you want to reach out to me, you're more than welcome to, and I'll be glad to help you. I'll let you know the dates that I have. But right now I am starting to book April.
And you want me to just give that to him after? Or?
You can put it in the chat. That way, if anybody wants to contact me, it's all my social media links and affiliate links.
So you've got a wrench?
No.
I did. I double checked.
Let me see then.
Let
me put the link in the chat and see what happens.
I'm hoping.
It didn't give me a message. Oh, yeah. Okay.
See?
Thank you.
Have faith.
Well, I was still gray. I got the message. All right, now I'm done. All right, there's my link tree.
As soon as I got everything lined out, that was the first thing I did.
Okay. So, yeah, it's in there now. Okay. So, yeah, if you want to reach out to me, I'll be glad to help you. Any questions you have. A lot of times after the morning shows, I'll have you see how they have that blue box at the top of my link for my channel? I will put a link in that little blue box in my chats every morning. And what I do is I'll put the link to the StreamYard to where if you even want to come on after I end my live shows, we do a lot of behind the scenes talking and questions and things like that I help behind the scenes. So you're welcome to come in the morning shows. And if you want to stay after a show, you're more than welcome to join on and ask questions after the show's over. And you're welcome. And that's what I do for everyone.
Yeah,
I will help you.
Really nice guy. You're way more outgoing than me.
That's one thing I've always been open when I'm not afraid to talk to somebody. Now, when I was first getting into business for myself, I used to work for a company where I always had to either wait for my check, couldn't cash my check to another day later. And so what I did was that's when I started going into business for myself. And when you're in business for yourself, you have to be outgoing. You have to be ready to talk to somebody. Yeah. And that's one thing I'm not afraid of. Now, if I'm in a group of people that say I'm going to some, and I haven't done this in a while, but I'm going into a meeting or I'm going into a group and meeting people for the first time, I'm a little quiet at first until I get to know that person. That's it. I'm done. You're going to see the true me.
Yeah, it takes me a little bit. Like when we're out in public, she'll ask questions or whatever, and it takes me a little bit. And then, like you said, just open at that point, but not right off the bat.
And one of the things I do like to share with people, because I'm not afraid to do this, I carry business cards with me at all times. And if somebody asks me, what do you do? Especially when I'm going and I'm buying a lot of things, no matter if I'm at Walmart or I'm at a garage sale, estate sale, make connections and let them know what you do, because that can help you in the long run. If you let them know, for example, if you go to an estate sale and you make a connection with somebody at an estate sale, guess what? That can be an opening door for you for anything that may be left that they want to get rid of. They'll contact you and say, look, or you want to come in and see what's left, you're welcome to it, and we'll work out a deal kind of thing, So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Harry.
Way to do it. Does anyone out there have any other questions for him? I know we're almost at the hour mark, since I had a 9-minute mistake right off the bat with that double keyboard thing going on.
It wasn't me.
No, it definitely wasn't. And I was sitting here like, what is going on?
And I was trying to walk you through it, but I didn't know what you had going on your end.
It was a notepad. It slid down and hit some button, but it was interfering with me doing anything. So
that'll do it.
But yeah,
you can catch me in the mornings, every morning, Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then every Monday night at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Monday Night Fun Night. We do not talk about anything reselling. We don't talk about anything but just have fun, play bingo. It's 5 numbers, 1 through 75. You put them in the chat, you write them down, and those are your numbers for the night. And you can win multiple times. We've had
I've
many
seen it
people
happen.
do it. Yeah. And also, I do every Wednesday. It is the Hump Day auction where I have 3 co-hosts and 1 guest every Wednesday. And then every other Friday, which will be this Friday, is our TGIF Buy Now Sale auction. And that's always all guests that are either doing this for the first time or they came back a couple of more times to make sure they like it. And I basically teach the ropes of what I do, how I do things. Again, you can do whatever you like when you're on your own, but I try to teach you what I do to make things go smooth when you're doing an auction.
Heck yeah. Definitely go check it out, Keith. Go hang out in the morning. Go check out the bingos. I saw this. This is going to pull up.
Wow.
Right?
You just never know.
No.
That's true. And you want to tell people, because again, if they're trying to get rid of something and they're just going to go ahead and donate it and you let them know what you're doing, you'd be surprised, like in that case, you just never know what you're going to get from somebody.
Yeah.
You want to get rid of stuff.
Even at sales, like the last Nintendo bundle we got, they didn't think anyone was going to want to buy it. So they didn't even bring it out. So always ask out there, and I explain that too, because sometimes they don't think about it and go, well, maybe you got it up in the attic or a closet or somewhere because no one ever brings that stuff out. And then it hits them. Yeah, like 12 years ago, I put something away. Let's make some space. So definitely always ask.
Never be afraid to ask. Never be afraid. Don't be afraid to let them know what you do either. Especially if this is your full-time job and you're making money on it. You depend on that to pay your bills or whatever.
Yep.
I know I'm not. I never leave home without my business cards. Now I'm at the point where I don't even leave without my GoPro. When I'm ready to know I'm going somewhere, that GoPro's with me. And I keep 4 batteries at all times charged up.
Definitely get extra batteries. We moved Anna threw the extra battery in the trash. So we're still rolling with 1.
Wow.
And that's why I don't do the pre-records.
Yeah, I go through some batteries when I'm doing them pre-records. Lord Jesus.
Right? But if no one's got any other...
It's a lot. I use 2 batteries on my pre-records for my cooking channel.
Jeez. My thing is it gets so hot here when I try to do little videos outside, even if it's in the shade, it overheats.
It gets overheated, yeah.
So I take it and I throw it in the deep freeze for about 5 minutes.
One of the things I'm going to give you a tip about: do not try to pull the battery out while the GoPro's hot.
That I haven't tried to do. Have you done that?
Yes.
It arcs or what happens?
No, it pulls the cap off the battery, so your battery gets stuck inside your GoPro.
Oh no.
Yeah. I was in the middle of filming and I was trying to change the battery out to put another one in. Don't do that. Next thing you know, I had the battery still in the GoPro, and that little cap part with the little pull tab was in one hand, and the battery was still in the GoPro.
Dang. Yeah, I haven't. I won't do that. I'll just keep throwing it in the freezer.
I just didn't think about it. I was in the middle of filming something. I said, okay, I need to change the battery. Didn't think nothing of it. Then it was like, oh, and of course, yeah. Hello, Susanna. Hello, Papa Smurf. The connections pay off when I am at antique shops. I even have estate sales. Company. Yep, exactly. You just never know.
Nice. See, out here we only have a couple people that run the estate sales, and I've tried to work with them. It's hit and miss. It depends on which employee is running which estate sale, but you still make those connections.
I have one that we go to. I need to contact him and see what's going on because I haven't gotten any emails from him. Then he knows me by name, and he's always there. He owns the company. He runs all the estate sales, and he knows when I'm coming. And he sees those IKEA bags. He knows what I'm in there for. All right, it's time to let's make a deal, and we do. Yeah,
that's it. That's how we have to do it.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to make deals. Make piles. I've done it before with $30, and I walked out of there with just one item selling for over $30, and everything else was profit.
Yep. When I got Anna started, it was like, okay, now check it out. This one thing is going to pay for all of it. So don't worry about spending the money. That covered it. We're good after that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we'll go home, we'll clean it up. That gets listed, and then that's it.
Yep.
Everything else that you got, it's all money
And you have
coming
to
in the
look at it
pocket.
that way. If you can bundle and one item's going to pay for that whole bundle, then you're making yourself a good deal because then everything else is profit.
Yep.
You have to look at the whole picture and always don't be afraid to bundle, because they might let them always throw the first price though. Because then again, if you feel that it's not low enough or you think you can get it down for a little bit lower, then now you have some wiggle room to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you know that they're just way off the mark.
I'll never forget this one video we were watching one day, and the gentleman, and I'm not going to say who he is because he does videos all now and then now. But anywho, he was doing this one garage sale, and the lady says, "How much you think you?" He asked how much, and she said, "No, what you want to offer?" And so he said, "No, you tell me the first price." And so she did. He says, and he came like I think she said 30. He said, "What about 10?" She said, "Oh, you cheap." Needless to say, she still sold it to him for the $10. But the funny part about it, oh, you cheap.
I'm trying to. Was that recent?
No,
No, there was another one similar to that not too long, like
no,
this week.
this was over a year ago. Yeah,
Oh shoot!
it
Yeah, there
was
was
so
another
funny.
one.
Though. It was so funny. Big money, no whammies. Exactly. So you got to
Yep.
be ready to just do it. You just take that step and do it.
Yeah. If you got to do a little research on the side, or we all have a look.
I'm not afraid to do that. I'll
You know,
pull it
we
off
have a
on
look.
you.
I remember when I started, and I was like, "Look at this guy over here. He's reselling. I can tell the way he walks. I'm never going to be like that." Well, guess what?
And
They
then I
see
had
us
a
coming.
list. I started with the list I did on my phone. Especially if you have Google, you have what's called what is it called? Something notes. I'm having a brain freeze. Let me go to my main page here. Where is it? Oh, Samsung Notes. And every time I'd watch a video, and you always hear these bolos, you know. But I would write down, like, I have a category for each item that I would put it under. And if I'm outsourcing, and I said, oh wait, that name sounds familiar. Let me see if it's on my list. And so then I would comp it to see if it's still good to buy, and depending on what I'm buying it for. And you got to be ready to get your list together and keep that in your mind, because
Yep.
you're not going to know until you look it up, and you'll
Yeah.
be amazed.
Yep. Because Keith looks like he's mostly video games. That's where I got started at. But after watching everybody else's videos, I sell golf clubs now.
Yeah.
I would have never even. So you never know. But yeah, keeping the list would be helpful.
Thank you, Deborah. See you in the morning. Yeah, one of the things too, a lot of people stay in one niche or niche, how everybody wants to say it. But if you're into, like, say, just shoes, but then you may want to branch off into something else. There's nothing wrong with branching off, because you're broadening your horizons on other products and learning new things. Because the object is to start learning about something new, in case if, say, that tanks. There may be some that don't, but depending on what the brands are. But you still want to have something to back yourself up with. So that's why I don't have one set type category. I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Deborah's hitting the
It's getting
hay.
past my bad time too, Lord Jesus.
Everyone's getting ready to go. We're over. We went over. Uh oh. So numbers, like you would say, I see the numbers going down. So we're gonna call it a night. Thank you everybody for coming by for the new revamped Timeout for Tuesdays, where we can talk about reselling or whatever. It's just roughly an hour to not worry about whatever's going on in the house and going on everywhere else. It's just a hangout for us to have a good time. Everybody go check out Johnny's channel. It is linked at the top. The link tree is up there now, so you can check everything out. Go support him. He's an awesome guy. He's helped, I'm going to say, I don't know how many, but I'm going to say hundreds of people get started. As my wife would say, get out of the turtle shell.
Yep.
And give it a try. So please, guys, go support him. Check him out in the morning.
And also, I just recently, yesterday, got my community tab. So this Friday, I will start having back my featured channel of the week on the community tab.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's one way I actually help promote someone every week. I do have a list already that I've never stopped using until I got my channel pulled, the original one. And so I will start with whoever's on that list, because that Friday I was supposed to start a whole new one. And so that Friday was posted, but then it never went anywhere. So I'm going to start with that same person. So yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, start where it ended.
Dang. All right, everybody.
But
And
thank you
see,
for having me on your first show.
she got Anna. You got her. I don't know if she's tearing up or she's laughing because I said turtle shell.
She's laughing.
She is.
With
She
a
is
thumbs up.
turtly enough for the turtle club now. That's
Yeah.
all right. Thank you again for being here. I words can't describe how much
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
No problem.
And everybody out there, have a good night. Stay safe. We'll see you next Tuesday. I'll try. It's my hands don't work that way.
As I
But
always say when I end my shows, love always, love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day. Until we meet again. Later. Peace out.